Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I have a list of the top 10 best editors on Arsenal of all time. Also, big thank you to Desp for helping me with this because he's really just been there since the beginning. I've been a part of this community for a while, but Desp was one of the founding members, and without the information and assistance he provided me, this wouldn't be possible. But before we begin, something very important I have to mention is by best of all time, I'm talking about the editor's prime skill level compared to the standard at that time, which is why certain people on this list that quit a year ago are on it, because if I just did it by today's standards, there would be hardly any people on this, because if you compare what's considered to be a good edit nowadays to what was a good edit in 2021, you could see quite a large skill gap. I also will not be featuring any committed Phantom Forces editors such as Rasco, Detail, Baconi, Only Standing, or really anyone else that's made Arsenal edits but is not doing that as their main source of content, and that's to avoid getting flamed by a certain editing group. So hopefully that clears up some concerns you have if you were confused as to why certain people are on this. So starting off with honorable mentions, we have Eli 2 Beast. Now, you probably don't know who this guy is, but he was one of the first, what I would like to consider a good editor on this game. I believe he came from Counterblocks and Phantom Forces, but the edit you're seeing now on screen is from 2020 Halloween, and compared to what people were releasing, this is very advanced for its time. In fact, the most advanced, as this was the very first cinematic edit on Arsenal. What I'm really confused about is how he got animated cinematics, because I don't remember Moon Animator really being a thing back then, which is what has earned him a spot on this list. Next on honorable mentions, we have Bears. He hasn't made really an edit in quite a while, but this one in particular, Aurora Runaway, which was entered into Desp's 500 Robux competition back in June of 2021, and this edit did win that competition, which is one of the main points why he is in this list. And also, Bears was one of the founding members of Novak and helped with that one Team Taj. He made the intro to that, which was really good for that period of time. First on the list, we have Ranger, and this guy was relatively good back in January of 2022, which was an interesting age for editing because that's when a lot of longtime editors really evolved and became better. I'm not gonna lie, I've never really been friends with him, so I don't know quite what to say. But I have seen a few of his edits, and as well, it's interesting to note that I think he is coming back to the community in a certain few projects I can't talk about because they haven't been released yet. In 8th place, we have Impulse OP. He kind of has an interesting history where he started making jailbreak videos like a long time ago, and then at some point switched to editing in 2021, where he joined Novak. He collaborated with Desp and was a big member at the time in the community, and he's higher up because he was good before these people. He improved a lot when Games Unite came out, and he made an edit on it that's actually still pretty good by today's standards. Impulse is also still a member of the community and is friends with a lot of people that still edit a lot. In 7th place, we have KXRMA, or Karma as I'll call him. Not to be confused with Kama, the CEO of the phrase So Easy. Karma was the editor of Pink Ant's Arsenal channel, Ant Apostrophe, and he also edited for Sun from 2020 to late 2021. Karma also had a lot of influence of really what the standards were to begin with, as really he was one of the first popular montage editors. I remember watching this guy a lot back in the day, and he pulled in so many views for Sun and Ant. It's actually crazy. I'd say my personal favorite edit of his is GTA. That one, it had that one impact at that one time. That was just I remember there's so many comments talking about it. But overall, Karma paved the way, or pioneered, I guess you could say, just the arch of edited montages. But yeah, he was one of the first, and that's why he's on the list. In 6th place, we have Rylix, and this guy was basically Cray before Cray was good. And by that, I mean he was one of the first people to try to use animated cinematics in an edit. Obviously, Eli did it before, but he was really one of the first people to, I guess, mainstream it more. Basically, if Cray and Mirage had a child, it would be him because he uses Premiere. Next up, we got Tainish. He hasn't made an edit for 10 months, but I have talked to him, or just, seen his messages, so I know he's gonna definitely be like, I guess, coming back soon. But he made a couple of really good edits earlier in January of last year. He also, like a lot of the other editors, had an exponential skill curve where he was really trash for a long time, but then just became god tier in like the span of a couple months. Kind of what Des said to Cray, we just need to let him cook and get even better at editing. At fourth place, of course, we have Mirage. You know, there really isn't much introduction needed for him. Bro made like the only editing tutorials, quote unquote, on Arsenal. Basically the phase fully of this game. He's also a Novak and helped to make the team Taj and stuff for that. He also hosted an editing competition and trickshot competition, which got quite a lot of views for him. I think that's really what made him blow up in the first place. He's one of 2 premier editors on this list and could be coming back to the community soon, but I can't really talk about that information on here because it's not publicly available yet. Massive epilepsy warning from now on. There's some glitch edits. And at number 3, we have M1ZT or Mizd. This guy is relatively new, I think, to the community. I don't know, I really hadn't heard of him until a couple months ago when he really just started popping off. He's essentially like Cray, but a glitch editor and just on so many steroids. The reason why he isn't higher up is because he is new, but according to some good people I've talked to, he has the potential to by far just be one of the best. He's also in Trilusion and has been involved with a lot of community projects that are still in progress. But overall, my man has had a lot of improvement and is still continuing to get better every day. Then at number 2, we have Cray. I mean, really, he's just been going off lately, I'd say. Bro's gotten so much better as well. Like, he's got this massive exponential improvement arc, just like Tainish and other people on this list, where he's kind of newbie for a bit, but now he's able to produce stuff like this that's like 3 minutes long and like really well edited. It's not really a thing you see where someone edits to a full song all the way through. Cray has really been the only Arsenal editor to be able to do that. He also has some crazy workflow where with the one like 4 editors, one montage thing, he speedran his part in like 30 minutes or something, which is ridiculous to think about how fast that is for such a high quality thing. He's also, in my opinion, one of the best client workers on this game. As the montage you're seeing now was for Proud's quitting the comp community thingy. You can also hire him to edit for you from Trilusion's website if you want to do that. But yeah, Cray is overall just like a really big cinematic montage god, which has earned him the spot of second. Alright, so it's time for number 1, the moment you've all been waiting for. Hopefully you didn't just skip here from the timestamps. Anyways, here we go. And the number 1 editor is the Toners. I'm in a lie. Unpredictable. Yeah. No, it's Maxify. Did you really expect anyone else to be it first? So what is there to say for Max? Well, I guess I'll start from the beginning. So I met him in 2020, early 2021, when I tried out for Team Pixelated, and he was the person that really got me involved like in the community at that time. He founded Novak with Desp and was a member of Aerox, which won the first editing challenge. Yes, I said Bears was in that, which he was. Max also had a part in that Team Taj. He's also done client work for Sun and a lot of other people. I feel like out of all the editors, Max is able to make basically every style work. In a sense, he's mastered everything. I know it sounds like an exaggeration, but Max was the best Arsenal editor since the beginning, and he still is now, so that's why he's number 1. Bro's just absolute god tier in like every category. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you disagree with the list, leave a comment down below in case I don't know, forgot someone or messed up the order. In the description, I'll put every single edit that I featured in this video if you want to go watch them or support the creators. Yeah, I will see you all next time. Peace. I don't know why they always seem so dismal. Thunderstorms, cloud snow, and a slight drizzle. Whether it's the weather or the letters by my bed, sometimes death seems better than the migraine in my head.